Hey everyone, as the title suggests, I'm going to talk about why it's important that you have fun while playing the game. And I think it's more important than you might realize. So let's say it's August 27th, and the classic servers are online. You've just logged in and you're about to choose which class to play. Which one will you choose? Which one should you choose? So starting off, we might ask which classes are the strongest. And well, Protection Warrior is generally considered the tank. The Mage, Warrior, Rogue and Warlock are the best damage dealers, and Priests are the best healers. All other classes or specs are, or are at least considered, subpar to those I've mentioned. Doesn't that really make the rest of the classes useless? Why would you play a class or a spec that would perform subpar to another class or spec, despite having the same gear and having put in the same amount of effort? But I think the issue with that logic is that you're looking at the classes solely as either damage dealers, healers, or tanks. But classes and specs can bring other things than just their numbers output. For example, paladins have very strong buffs. A raid team will become more efficient if you replace some healers or damage dealers with paladins. And the same is true for shamans and for druids, etc. And meanwhile hunters only have true shot aura to buff with, they're the only class who can remove enrages from bosses. Some classes can do things other classes can't. Hunters can solo Marudon or even Darmal Tribute. Hunters are also often used to kite the adds in the Drakitsath fight in UBRS. Druids are very versatile and they're the best flag carriers. Their innervate is very appreciated. The way classes are designed in vanilla makes them unique and allows some classes to do things most other classes can't. Each class has their own obvious strengths and weaknesses. To do a comparison, in retail, every class has pretty much everything in terms of abilities. Every class has a movement increasing effect, every class has stuns, every class has interrupts, and so forth. So, if one class does 5% more DPS than the others, then there is really no reason to not just play this class. You don't really lose anything. So ironically, in the attempt to balance classes by removing their obvious strengths and weaknesses, the classes have now become less balanced. Either way, now we know that even though there are subpar classes and specs, it's worth having them around. Vanilla is a lot more team-oriented than retail, and having the strongest classes doesn't mean you have the strongest team. Now, with that out of the way, why would you pick a subpar class? The reason for that is simply that in vanilla, or well classic, things takes time, and you will need patience. Getting to level 60 will probably take most people at least 6 days played, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all if it took longer for most people. Would you really bother spending 150 plus hours playing a class you don't even enjoy, just because it does more damage compared to another class? As Sama put it, it's about the journey. The adventure in vanilla starts at level 1, not at max level. It's not about playing the game in the most efficient manner, it's about doing a 5 hours Blackrock Death run with 11 wipes with your friends, or participating in the South Shore vs Terran Mill World PvP. You should pick a class or a spec that resonates with you. Sure, Enhancement or Feral is more time efficient than Elemental or Balance, but that doesn't really matter. If you play a spec that you do not enjoy, you won't make it to level 60 anyway. You'll probably find yourself playing an alt you did not plan on, just because you find that class more enjoyable. Some people might enjoy playing games in a competitive way, being the first to do a certain thing like hitting level 60, but I think that for most people, that just isn't the case. There is of course reasons to not choose the absolutely worst playstyle you can, otherwise you won't make it to level 60 at all because it will simply take too long, like going melee build on a mage. But you shouldn't sacrifice more than necessary of what you consider fun in order to have a more efficient playstyle. In doing so, you will very likely find it so boring you'll just end up never playing that character. It's a lot better to hit level 60 in 7 days played than hitting level 30 in 40 hours and then never playing that character again. Unless you want to twink at 30 or something, but that's not the point. So, when playing Classic, play the class and the spec that you enjoy the most. Meet new people and play it with your friends. Take your time and enjoy the journey. Explore things. Explore new builds. With all that said, I'll see you on August the 27th playing my subpar class and really enjoying it. Just a quick thank you for watching. If you have any tips on how I can improve my videos, please post them in a comment below. Until next time.